It's doing all right. Good morning, everybody. I'm a little early. I had to check and make sure all the lights and the audio were going okay. So come on in when you're ready. All right. Good morning. Have a seat. Welcome to another lovely yoga class. And today we're going to kind of go back to the basics. I'm going to take you back so that we can make sure we're aligning better. And I'm kind of doing this a little bit for myself too. So I want to make sure my mic is on. So anyway, close your eyes and sit nice and comfortably. And go inside. Start feeling your breath. And when you inhale, maybe you'll sit a little bit taller. And try and stay bright across the chest, meaning relax your shoulders. And gently pay attention to your breath. And as you focus on your breath, think about a state of mind you would like to be in, whether it's peaceful or more energy, whatever is going. What do you want? More creative, less grumpy? Just kind of bring it into your sphere. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And I'm going to go over Ujjayi breath, which is the breath that we use in yoga. I know a lot of you already know this, but it's nice to kind of check in every now and then and go through it. So when you breathe in through your nose, and it comes all the way down your throat, through your chest. You blow up your belly. And then when you exhale out of your nose again. And it should create kind of like a little soft sound and a cooling feeling. So inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And attempt to do that throughout the practice, because we're going to do a lot of breath work so that you can focus a little bit more on using the breath to hold you steady, to get you into your whole body and become present, right? So let's just warm up. So reach the arms up. So you're inhaling and exhaling and using that Ujjayi breath. So inhale and exhale. Do it again. Inhale and exhale. Okay, leave your left arm on the ground. Reach your right arm up. I'm getting a little better on the sides, trying to mirror you. And obviously feel that good stretch. Doing your Ujjayi breath. And then come on back up. And let's do the other side. Reaching your arm up. Opening up the intercostal muscles. And then let's get a little dynamic. So go back to the other original side. Pause. And then come on back up. And obviously do this at your own pace. with your breath. Anytime that we're doing anything dynamic, do it with that Ujjayi breath. You don't have to keep up with me. Or maybe you're going a little faster. And then come on back up, relax your shoulders. All right, let's roll our shoulders. So bring your shoulder blades back, up, around, and forward. Just loosening up any tension that may have developed, which it develops every day for me. And then go around in the other direction. And just getting that whole shoulder girdle warmed up a little bit. Okay, now take your left arm up, bring it to your right knee, and twisting around. And sitting tall. Again, sitting that spine is nice and tall. And then come on back around and lift the other arm up. Place it on the opposite knee. Twisting around to the other side. Keeping those shoulders relaxed. And then come on back around and let's come into tabletop. Yay, tabletop. So wrist underneath shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Okay, nice and comfortable. And if you need to have any padding under your arms, definitely add whatever you need to. And by the way, if you want blocks, keep them nearby. I highly recommend everybody have blocks. Okay, round your back like a cat. And drop your belly. So inhale, around the back. Getting that vertebrae going. Exhale down. Inhale, round the back. So we're massaging all of our organs by doing this while we're getting our vertebrae. And then come on back down to cow. And then round your back up one more time. And come on back down. And then sit back into child's pose. And while you're down in child's pose, you may want to rotate your wrist around a little bit. Just getting them going a little bit. And then rotate them around the other way. We're going to I'm going to teach you a little bit. So let's warm up first or get going a little bit. So come on back up to tabletop. And I'm going to show you, I haven't shown this in a long time, how to set up for downward facing dog. So if you come down onto your belly, and this is going to be different for everyone, but I just saw I took a workshop with Jason Crandall, who's an incredible yoga teacher. He's probably one of the best out there for teaching beginners. And he suggested this, but everybody's going to be different. So your fingertips are going to be lined up right about it, for lack of better terms, where your nipples are, okay? Because that's most people know where that is. And I'm sorry if that shocked some people by saying that word. But anyway, line it up there, okay? And then come back into tabletop. And you're going to notice how this is a little different. And your arms can be a little closer if you want. You can definitely adjust that. Now curl your toes under. And if you notice, you're back further. Usually when I come into dog, I'm kind of forward like this, but you're sitting back a little forward. Curl your toes under and start lifting your sit bones up. And I personally like to walk my feet in a little bit because it's pretty far back for me. I think it's because I have shorter arms or something. Again, adjust it to how it feels well for you. But the idea of coming this wide, if you have not been doing it this wide, is to come forward into plank, which we may get to in a minute. But your knees can be bent. And when you bend your knees, you're definitely going to feel the sensations a little bit more along the back line of your body. And so take a nice big inhale and exhale here. And then come on down to tabletop again. So keep your hands where they are. and then sit back into child's pose. Just take a breather. So I'm keeping my hands glued so I don't have to come back down to my belly again. And then come on back up to tabletop, and then let's come into downward facing dog. So you're lifting your sit bones up, and so you're basically pointing your sit bones towards the top of the ceiling where the wall connects, that kind of angle, right? And then come on back down to tabletop. You can bring your toes and flatten your feet if you want. And then sit back into child's pose. Just nice to get a little warmed up with we always come to downward dog in yoga class. So again, curl your toes up, come on back up, and then feel that great stretch. And when you're ready, walk your feet behind your hands, coming into a forward fold, and just hang out there. You can grab your elbows, the crown of your head to the sky, and then just kind of sway side to side. Taking a nice big inhale and exhale. Okay, so doing halfway up, this is where I have been telling everyone to do your knees, and certainly that's great. You may want to try and have some blocks, okay, and I have them on the high pitch. So inhale halfway up. And so this way I'm kind of, I am feeling that lengthening of the spine. I'm a little lower than I usually am because I'll come up here a little higher, but it helps kind of feel the sit bones going back and the crown of the head going forward. It's just another option. Again, you certainly can have your hands on your thighs. Okay, exhale all the way back down. And now we're going to stand all the way up. Reach up, reach up. Hands all the way up to the sky. Bring your hands into prayer. Come through your heart center. Okay. So Baddha Konasana, which is the bottom of the feet. The bottom of the feet thing that they call in yoga. So like I always tell you, come up on your toes and back on your heels. I am doing some really deep study into this right now. And I find the feet, as I always mention, is the communication all the way up to the chain of your body and helps with alignment. A lot of times we just go into doing a squat or something, and it's really good to focus on that particular, on your feet, so that it communicates correctly all the way up. So if you notice, if you bring your feet inward, kind of like knocking your knees, you'll feel the inside of your thighs kind of engage and your hip bones are coming together. And this is what you'll probably feel when you come into forward folds, right? Then when you go out, when you supinate, you'll feel it all the way up the sides. And this is great for standing poses. But you really want to have both of them engaged, right? But you know, it's just kind of interesting to feel the both of the. So when you come into mountain pose, feel both the inner and the outer, and obviously the toes and the heels root down into the earth. Okay, feel that real solidness so that when you come into any standing balance pose, whatever, you're there. Okay. All right, let's get a little bit warmed up though. Speaking of moving our feet around a little bit, bend your knees. Let's swirl in a circle just to make sure that we do communicate. We do get the rest of the body going a little bit, swirling around one way and then swirling it around the other. All right, all right. And then real quickly, clasp your hands behind your back and let's just open up our chest. For those of us that have been leaning over our computers or our tablets, and then clasp your hands and just come forward, stretching out those forearms after doing some stuff. Watch that your knees don't knock in when you do stuff like this, right? You're still engaging the feet. And then come on back up. Come on up to the front of your mat again. Feet hip width distance apart. Inhale your arms all the way up. Exhale, fly down, slightly bend your knees. Inhale halfway up. You can have props if you want. Exhale down and step back into downward facing dog again. Okay, so you're coming back to your dog, and hopefully you have your muscle memory from it earlier. All right, and then feel that great stretch. So we're going to warm up our hips. It's like kind of getting our, I always want to teach people to bring their foot in between their hands, right? So you can do this from tabletop. We're going to round our hips around, or you can do it from down dog. So let's lift the right leg up and then just start rotating the hip around, just loosening it up. And again, you can do this from tabletop. That's fine. Just rolling it around and then go around in the other direction. Just really you feel how you open everything up there. Keep breathing. And then come on back down. Take a nice big breath. Inhale and exhale. Bring the other leg up. Rotate that hip around. Nice and slow. Kind of wonder if you're getting any pops. Not popcorn. Okay, go around in the other direction. Really stretch it all out. Cool. And then take a breather. You can come down to child's pose for just a moment. Nice big inhale. Exhale. Ujjayi breath. Okay, so you can do this. I'm going to show you variations. From downward dog, lift the right leg up, and then you gingerly place it between your hands. Some of us may do this kind of dance around. That's fine. Just be careful. Or do it from tabletop and just bring your foot through however you need to do it. Whatever way works for you. Okay? So let's start in tabletop or dog, because we're going to bring that right leg through. So I'm coming in dog. Right leg goes up. Right foot comes between the hand. And then you're dropping the left knee down, coming into a lower lunge. Okay, top of the foot can come to the floor. Come on up. Reach your arm up. Reach up, reach up. Feeling an excellent stretch. Breathing in. Breathing out with that Ujjayi breath. Keeping that front foot all sides grounded. Bring your hands back down. Step back into that. I'm going to stop saying tabletop, but a knee push-up, which I would prefer to. Lower yourself down. So now your fingertips should be in line with where you had it on your chest, okay? And then lift your chest up into a cobra, or just lift your palms off the ground, okay? Doesn't matter how high up you come up if you really want to do that. Exhale down, and then come on back to downward facing dog. Or child's pose if you're feeling a little tired. That's okay too. Okay, left leg goes up. Left leg gingerly comes through your hand. Drop that right knee down. Come on up, nice and slow. Make sure the knee is aligned over the ankle. You can reach your arms up and do a couple of Ujjayi breaths. Nice big inhale. And exhale. Really reach those fingertips to the sky. And exhale. Excellent. Bring your hands back down to your front foot. Step the left foot back and come on into downward facing dog. And breathe. Nice big inhale. Exhale. Okay, right leg. We're going to bring it through our hands again, so you may want to drop down into tabletop, whatever works for you, okay? Step your right foot between your hands. We're going to come up into a high lunge. Okay, slowly, slowly, slowly come on up. Reach your arms up. Feeling nice and strong. Front knee goes over the front foot. Nice balance, okay? And you're dropping. I kind of like this cue I got from, you want to drop your tailbone. It's kind of like let's say you're pulling your pants up from front, you know, so your tailbone goes down. I thought that was a really good cue because some people don't understand that pelvic tilt sort of thing. Anyway, exhale your hands down, step back into downward facing dog. I'm not going to take, I'll take you through some other stuff later. Take a nice big inhale and exhale. Press the index finger and the thumbs nice and evenly. Okay, left leg goes up, or bring that right knee down. You know it's coming. Bring it between your hands. High lunge on the other side. And it is kind of interesting. It's a core thing to get the feet between your hands. And we find ourselves, and listen, I'm just as guilty of like doing the pendulum swing, which means, you know, that time to get the core a little bit better, right? We'll work on that. I'll make that a class. How's that? Reaching up, feeling nice and strong. Okay, bring your hands down by your front foot. Step your right foot next to the left. Come into a forward fold. Okay, inhale halfway up. Exhale down. Stand all the way up. Reach up, hands all the way up. Hands into prayer. Come all the way through. How do you feel? Are you feeling that engagement of your feet? The bandhas, the bandha down there. Whole other story. Okay, inhale all the way up. Slightly bend your knees. Exhale all the way back down. Okay, let's do inhale halfway up. Yep. Exhale down. Okay, step the right foot back. Come into warrior two. So your foot is on a slant, 45-degree slant. You're kind of lining up that front heel with the back heel. You're coming up and you're facing the side of your mat, okay? And before you bring your arms up, let's go thinking about our feet again. So we're really pressing down. And if you press on that right leg, the back of the right leg, it is engaging all the way up the side, okay? So you definitely want that. And then bend that front knee. Make sure it's not going in, okay? Reach the arms out. All right, let's do a couple of Ujjayi breaths. So inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Bring your hands to your hips, lengthen the front knee, bring your toes forward, and we're just going to swivel around to the other side. So now you're bending your right knee and lining it up over the front of your foot, okay? And then the back foot is on that 45-degree angle. And do notice if your pelvis is, if you're kind of leaning over this way, see if you can come back up so you're nice and aligned, straight up and down, okay? And you know, some of you may want to get a little deeper. That's okay too. But bring the arms out, and the traditional way is to look over the front of the middle finger, okay? So here we go. And pressing down with your feet, we're going to do our Ujjayi breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Bring your hands to your hips. Okay, bring your feet forward. Okay, feeling now you got the wide-legged. And so by doing, by the way, just for more information, by holding out like how we did the Ujjayi breath, that's isometric training, which is strength training. Okay, so it's legit. And if you notice when you breathe, you might get a little bit more relaxed. Okay, all right, wide leg. Inhale your arms up. You may want to have a block in front of you. Okay, slightly bend your knees and then just fold forward. Now you're feeling the whole backside of your body stretching out, and you can go as deep as you want. And notice how you may want to like favor the inside of your foot. See if you can balance it out a little bit. So it's pressing the toes down and the heels down. Okay, bring your right hand in front of your face. Left hand goes up to the sky, doing a nice twist. Okay, and really reach that arm up. Take advantage of that. Notice if your weight distribution changed when you did the twist, the weight distribution on your feet. And then come on back down. Just pause for a minute. Okay, other side. Bring the arm up. Really, really, really reach up. Breathe. And then come on back down. Hold that nice stretch all the way up and down the back of our legs. Bring your hands to your hips, and you're going to come halfway up. So inhale halfway up, and then come slowly all the way up. And then you can heel toe your feet hip width distance apart. It's kind of nice to do that heel toe thing because, again, it's like working the bottoms of the feet because you know what's coming now. We're going to do a balance pose. So instead of being out here and then just walking it in, you got that little extra, okay, I'm communicating inside, outside, all around my feet. Should make that a song, okay? All right, bend your knees a little bit. We're coming up into tree. So if you notice, this is my left leg, so that's your right leg. I'm stepping into it, and I already feel it firing up, the quadricep, everything. Stare at something on the floor. Everyone knows what's coming here. You start lifting that other knee up, okay? But when you start bringing it up slowly, just notice all the things that have to fire up just to do a very simple knee up, knee down, okay? And then bring the knee out to the side. You can bring it to your calf. Just don't bring it to your knee joints. You can bring it all the way up and in. You can bring your hands into prayer. You can bring your arms up. And do your Ujjayi breath. Reach those fingertips up. Okay, slowly coming out of it. Bring your hands to your hips. Bring your right knee forward. Go ahead, stick it out if you want. Say hi to me. Okay, and then come on back down. All right, how do you feel? I like that coming out of the balance pose where you take that one breath coming out of it, that it's just such a relaxing, lovely feeling. Okay, other side. Start lifting the other knee up. Come on back down, do what you need to do. But remember, feel the whole chain, the bottom of the foot in all areas, coming all the way up that standing leg, and how it's communicating to everything else about how you're going to be perfectly aligned, and your joints are getting, the posture is becoming perfect. Maybe you start by pressing your hands into prayer. You can stay here by sometimes pressing your hands together helps with balance. And then reach your arms up. Get those fingertips up to the sky. Okay, bring your hands back down into prayer. Bring your hands on your hips. Okay, here we go. The knee forward. Stick the foot forward. Wave to me. Wave, wave, wave. And then that beautiful coming down breath, huh? All right. Come on up to the front of your mat. Okay. Inhale your arms all the way up. Exhale, fly down. Inhale halfway up. Exhale down. come on down to tabletop and sit back into child's pose. Take a breather. Take a breather. Stretch your arms forward so you can feel everything along your sides. Get a nice stretch. All right. Come on forward onto your belly. And, you know, if you flop down, I want you to come back up, okay? I'm not going to do it to you this week, okay? But a lot of us have very weak shoulders and, you know, doing push-ups. It just comes with the territory, but we can work on that because we want that. So we're coming to a knee push-up, right? And feel nice. And you can have your hands wide. If you need to have your fingertips out to the side, that's all right. Okay. And then you're going to slowly lower yourself all the way down. Okay. And you may flop a little bit because you may not have the strength yet, right? So slowly lower yourself all the way down. As a matter of fact, let's just do a little bit. So push yourself back up. Pushing your hands slowly, come on back up to that push-up, because we do this a lot and we need to have this. Okay, let's slowly come down again. Just feel it. You feel it all the way up and down those shoulder blades. Okay, and then one more time, come on up. Push up, push up, push up, pushing the hands away from the floor. I'm feeling this. Okay, and then slowly, slowly, slowly lower yourself all the way down. Okay, you're probably ready to just like call it quits after that, right? No, let's keep having fun. Okay, hands down by your sides. Okay, let's just start. So the hands are pressing down into the floor. Just start by lifting your legs up. Okay, you feel that whole engagement. And you don't have to go too high. It's not about going high on this one. It's just feeling you're working no matter what, because this is just different. You're pressing your belly down and all kinds of things. And if you're ready, you can lift your chest up. And maybe this is the way you would like to stay, and that's all right. Maybe you want to lift your arms up. So the palms are still facing down towards the floor. So this is really, you know, great upper back strength training for all of us, whether we work at a computer or not. We need this. So keep breathing. Ujjayi. And then stack your palms and rest all the way down. Feel that juiciness of all your tissues and muscles and your cells just really going down into the earth. Okay, one more time. So start with your hands down by your sides. Okay, lift your legs, lift your chest, lift your arms up. Now, if you want to, you can clasp your hands behind your back. This is a little bit more intense. And keep breathing. Breathing in. Breathing out. And then come on all the way down. Rest the other cheek down. Okay, feel that nice juiciness. Okay, come on up on your elbows. Bend your right knee. Grab your ankle. Press your hand press your foot into the hand. Just getting a nice stretch. All the way up that quadricep. And then switching sides. The hip flexors, I can't talk enough. I think we all need it. That front where your upper body connects with your lower body needs to be stretched. All right, and then come on down. Okay, so we're going to do a side plank, and I know you're all grumbling here. So I'm going to roll over on my left side, whatever side you want. And the elbow is right underneath the shoulder. And then you can take that top leg around in front. Okay. And you can have that top arm ready. So when you're ready, Okay, you can lift your pelvis off the ground. So if you find yourself kind of rolling towards the ground, use the bottom of that front foot to align yourself up. So feel yourself up. This is difficult, okay, because we're using all kinds of different muscles, but we need to get strong along our sides. So keep holding it there. If you want to bring the top arm up, keep breathing. Inhale. Doing a nice isometric here. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Did you come out of it? Well, then come on back into it. Come on back down. All right. And then you can lengthen the front leg. You can kind of stay here. It's kind of nice to be up in this, how you're kind of arching, so you're getting a nice stretch there. Or you may need to come down because your arm is a little tired. All right. I'm going to swivel around to the other side. So line yourself up so you're stacking your hips first before you bring that top leg over. It'll help align you up. And then bring the top leg over. Okay. And if you need more padding under the elbow, that's okay. Now lift up. Okay. And if you need to maybe you have a block with your hand out front. Whatever works for you to engage up, to feel that the whole side of your body really lifting up. You can bring the arm up to the sky. Breathing in. Let's just do this together, okay? Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. All right, come on back down. You can lengthen and just stay there for a moment, feeling a good stretch along that whole side that's towards the floor. All right, and then come on up to a seated position. And we'll just come into a quick Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet together. Oh, I wanted to show like good technique. So if you want to get your soles closer, and I just did it wrong, so I'm correcting myself, pick yourself up and move yourself closer instead of pulling your feet towards you, okay? And then fold forward. I don't know why that's wrong. I'm going to look into it, but it's just a better technique. I believe it's because you don't want to yank your feet. I don't know. But we're going to do it again in a minute. So I'm going to explain to you good technique for bridge. So hold yourself forward and coming back to thinking about the inner thighs getting stretched, maybe the lower back, doing your Ujjayi breath. Okay. And then slowly come on up. Okay. So boat pose. The way that I told you I took this workshop, the way that Jason had explained it was just, he was like, bring your arms out, bring your feet up. And I know a lot of us, including me, can't just do it from like here. We have to start by grabbing the backs of our legs. And I liked giving this cue so that you sit up a little bit. You're going from rounded into kind of lengthening your spine. And then lift one leg up. And this is maybe where you're at today. And that's all right. And see if you can let go of that hand. Maybe you want to let go both. The one of the cues I can give to you is press your knees together. Okay, that's one way. If that is pinching or it doesn't work for you, you can leave your knees apart. Whatever works for you, okay? Just holding yourself, getting a nice core. Doing the boat, you can lengthen your knees a little bit. It's so good for you. It's so good to do boat. And just imagine yourself floating on a river. Okay? You want to be strong on that river because it might be a rapidy one. All right, come on back down. Hug your knees. Okay. So coming into bridge, you want to start. When I give cues, everyone knows I like everybody to come down slowly. Before you do that, get your feet lined up correctly for bridge. And for most of us, it's better if your feet are closer to your hips. Again, I'm going to show you the correct way of doing it. Lift your sit bones up and move them closer to your heels, wherever that may be. Really root your feet in, okay? And now maybe try and do that nice, slow. Your feet may come off the floor or you may go down a little faster, whatever. Keep the feet where you had them, okay? Right where they were at. Bring your arms up over your head. Remove anything that's in the way, okay? Now root the feet down. And now start lifting the pelvis up. So by keeping your hands overhead, you're definitely working more in the lower range section of your body. Okay, you're going to start noticing maybe your feet want to move in different directions. See if you can root them down. Keep holding them up there. Breathe. And kind of soften your sit bones a little bit. Okay, not bones, but the muscles. And then slowly, 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 come on all the way down. You can bring your hands down by your sides and just rest down. Don't move your feet, because remember, you had them all nice and aligned correctly. It may feel like, I have to be honest, mine feel a little different. It's like, wow, usually I'm adjusting them as I go, so, but also work with what works for you. Okay, I'm just giving you cues of lineages that have been passed down, but everything seems to go back to how it feels good for you. All right, here's another way of getting into bridge. Grab the sides of your mat and bring your shoulder blades together and start lifting your sit bones up. This is another way of getting yourself up and working the pelvis area, the glutes, opening the chest up, taking some Ujjayi breaths. Inhale and exhale. And then slowly lower yourself all the way back down. Oh, wow, huh? Okay, bring your knees into your chest. Rock side to side. Okay, maybe you want to come into happy baby. So bring the soles of the feet up to the sky. Grab the bottoms of your feet on the outside, or you can grab your thighs. Your knees are going towards your armpits, okay? And you can just gently go side to side like a little happy baby, stretching out the lower body. And then when you're ready, bring the soles of the feet to the floor again, tee your arms out, and you can windshield wiper your knees back and forth. Just loosening up anything. And now we get into the creme de la creme pose, Shavasana. So lengthen your legs out, bring your hands down by your sides, palms facing up, and close your eyes. And check in again with how you're feeling. You have just been doing, hopefully, the Ujjayi breath, and maybe that has not been incorporated into your practice. So you might feel a little bit more open in your breathing. You might feel a little bit more stronger. That just means even mentally. And just let yourself release. Going back and letting the floor hold you. And if your mind starts drifting, which is so normal, just gently, without judgment, without yanking it, your mind back into your breathing, back into that relaxation. And you can certainly stay here all day. If you want to, you can start wiggling your fingers and toes. Just bring a little bit of movement back into your body. Roll over onto your side. Hang out there. Again, feel that ground kind of hugging you, keeping you nice and safe. And when you're ready, come on up into a seated position. And come back to that, how we started this class. And maybe bring back that state of mind, that state you wanted to generate. And hold on to the essence of it. And bring your hands into prayer. And inhale compassion to yourself. And exhale compassion to the world. Thanks for coming. Namaste. I personally want to thank so many of you. Deb forwarded on some emails that you had been sending to the library, and I can't tell you how grateful I am to hear a little bit of feedback. It means a lot to me, and it gives me good energy to keep coming back and hopefully teaching you some good stuff. So please keep the communication going the best we can. It will help you and it'll help me. And if there's anything you want to work on or whatever, I will do my best. So thank you. And as usual, I will say a big shout out to Christine, my #1 fan. So I will talk to everybody soon. Thanks.